Spacey's Sims, and we're here with a new game. Possibly, we're gonna see how this goes. Because this is like my third time trying to record this. So, this is Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened, and as you can tell, it's like Cthulhu in the background. Woo! So it's like Sherlock Holmes and Elder Gods, and it's really cool. It should be anyway, but obviously, who knows? Because this, again, like I said, my third time recording this. I have had the Sherlock Holmes series kind of for a while. There's quite a few games in the series. The first one is actually like a hidden object game, so I kind of skipped that one. So this is the second one. It's more like a point and click adventure. So I want to go through all of them. We'll see how it goes, because this one has given me nothing but problems since I first installed it. I actually first installed the wrong one. I had this one and then the third one like reversed order. So I started playing the other one, and then I was like, fuck, I'm playing the wrong one. And then like I looked and I was like, damn it. So, you know, whatever. I installed this one. I played the entire first part last night, and I recorded it with OBS, and OBS sucks and I hate it. And it was all janky and glitchy, and it looked like stop frickin' frame animation. It was terrible. It was shit. And I was like, great, this sucks. So I messed with it for like 2 fucking hours, playing with every goddamn setting, trying constantly, wouldn't work. And I feel bad because I kept like minimizing the game and bringing the game up and bringing the game down, and then it like eventually would just like crash on me. So I uninstalled the game, reinstalled the game, whatever. I swear, I just go to record it now with my new recording software that I paid for to be able to record this. So if this game crashes on me, I'm gonna be livid, because it's like I just bought software to be able to record this game. And like the second one, because the second one also did the same thing. I had started recording it, and then I realized like partway through, I was like, oh frick, I'm playing the wrong one. Like it was like 2 minutes in, so not a big deal. But it also looked like shit. So I was like, what the frick, right? I've had a lot of problems with OBS just being a douche. So like I'm okay that I bought software, but I'm not okay because like I bought it specifically so at least I could play this game and the other ones in the series, and if this game keeps crashing on me, I'm gonna just like lose my mind. And I don't know if that's because I just don't know. But anyway, so yeah, we'll see. So I played about a half hour of the game last night, and it looked like shit. So we're gonna try it again. But I also got into like 2 minutes into the game this last time, just trying to record it, and it completely glitched, and it was just like Watson like repeating the same 2 words again, over and over and over, and I couldn't minimize it, and I couldn't get out, and I was like, oh my god, I can't even use my task manager. It was like totally glitched, and I'm like, holy shit. So I'm just a little paranoid that that's what's going to happen. But anyway, so we're going to start a new game for the third frickin' time. But before we do, warning, I just want to give a warning that this game apparently has explicit gory scenes. You know, 2007, 2008 animation gory, so just kind of, you know. I just want to give that a warning, like trigger warning, just in case anybody, like, doesn't want to deal with it. Don't watch this. I don't know. I haven't seen them. I just know that I've read that, so I just want you guys to be aware. Again, no, it's 2007, 2008 gory, so.
Go away, you swine. Leave, or I'll make you bleed.
These all came from the swamps. Could be toting contraband.
Oh, help me! Do not fight the calling!
Blood.
Blood. Didn't sound serious when they said it.
Relieve your blood!
Oh, no. No, it can't be.
It can't be.
It can't end like this.
It can. It will. It shall.
Again, this nightmare haunts me. It won't let me forget.
So yeah. I'm a little...
How did this all begin?
I'm a little afraid that this, So, like, we got to... Oh, sorry. There's me bashing my microphone. So I'm really hoping... I reinstalled the game, so I'm really hoping that it's, it'll be okay. And, like, I didn't notice it, like, dropping frame rates or anything. I mean, it's, like... I'm thinking it's only at, like, 20 down there. I can't really... You can't see my thing. I'm not really sure on my recording software, like, which is the frame rates and which is what. Like, I can't... I really can't. Like, I'm like, I don't know it well enough. 2 years ago, London, the 6th of September, 1894. Not 1984. You see, it's like, I don't know if it was supposed to go this slow. I don't really remember when I was doing it with OBS, like, what this exactly looked like, aside from it hurts my brain. It makes me a little nauseous. That's going to be a popular theme while we play this game, because when I played it the first time, third person is just weird. You can't look around when you're in third person, but when you're in first person, it's nauseating, and you can't see what you can click on easily. So it's like, there's really no good way to play this, to be honest with you. Let's see, this is about where we started getting janky and glitchy when Watson walks in for breakfast here.
Good morning, Holmes. Looks like a typical London day. Fog in the morning, fog in the afternoon. Ha! And here's a surprise. Fog in the evening.
Oh, thank God.
Good morning, Watson.
He literally
Can
said
you
fog in the
imagine?
morning 700
I have
frickin'
been at it
times.
since 5 a.m., and I scarcely think my list of patients for the day has even been touched. What is more insufferable, I haven't even had a moment with the morning paper. They say the minister will assuredly... Holmes, whatever is the matter? You haven't heard a word I have said.
It is the tedium, my dear Watson. Life is ordinary. The papers are lifeless. Any hint of audacity, and dare I say romance, has vanished from the criminal world.
Holmes,
'Cause criminals are
it is
so romantic.
only temporary. You know perfectly well that sooner or later an exceptional incident will occur in London or thereabout,
Exceptional
which
incident.
cannot rest till the talents of Sherlock Holmes are called into play. Then it will be up to your agile wit to set things right, which should satisfy your constant need for mental gymnastics.
I hope the heavens hear your words, Watson. I hope they do indeed.
Mental
I must
gymnastics.
take my leave, Holmes. I have an appointment with a rather odious man, Captain Stenick. He is apparently in a state, with near tachycardia due to some problem involving his manservant.
I mean, that just...
Why don't you get
Sounds-
out for a brisk walk, Holmes?
I don't know.
Perhaps buy a newspaper or visit that fellow, Barnes, over on Glentworth Street. You might remember him, the bookseller. He has some new volumes of the particular sort that should occupy your mind for a time.
Yada yada thing about Barnes being a bookseller, Barnes and Noble, ha ha ha. It's not as fun when you're doing it the second time around to make witty comments. You kind of have to act them and be like, ha 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 ha, I am saying this the first time. But yes, anyway. So, alright, so I remember how to do this. Well, yeah, but what's this page? We have, okay, so we shouldn't have anything because, so first person perspective, like, we're supposed to like, look at the paper boy. Okay. I guess we were supposed to, I don't remember. It's really hard because, like, that is okay, but, like, sometimes things that you're supposed to grab. See what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, talk about nauseating. And I tried to, like, change the settings, but it doesn't, like... I don't think there was anything else we could pick up in this room. I didn't try. I actually just... I don't remember. But it's weird because, like, you don't see how nauseating this is. It's like, but I think if you go into menu, I think options. I think I did. Maybe we make the mouse a little less sensitive. Okay, and let's resume. That doesn't seem to be that much different to me, to be honest with you. It's nauseating. But, like, here's the thing. If you go and you do third person, you can't, like, look around. Now the mouse isn't moving at all. But, like, then you can't, like, look around and see, like, here the mouse is, like, really laggy. In third person. But, like, in first person, it's, like, nauseating. I can't... Like, I can't do third person. I want to be able to follow him. Like, I want to be able to use my keys to, like,
The strand! Boy, the strand!
move. But I can't. I don't know, it's weird. So, and you're supposed to come over here and talk to the cat. I guess it's maybe I don't need to look around, so maybe we'll try it in third person just because.
Strand, Strand, by the Strand.
So, my young friend, what is the news?
Nothing of interest for the great detective, sir. Those old stuffed shirts ate up half of London at their big scientifical to-do, and some Scandinavia princess is driving the locals wild with curiosity.
A Scandinavian royal is in London? If you and the lads can look sharp and find out more about her visit, there will be some coin for your pockets.
Righto, Mr. Holmes. If there's aught to be found, the irregulars will have it. I'll send the words out to the lads.
Who is probably voiced by a 40-year-old man, because it's certainly not a kid's voice. Just saying.
It is necessary to keep my informants in fighting form.
Yes, and then we'll read this. So we spent a lot of time reading, so this is fun. Yesterday at the Academy of Sciences, a sumptuous dinner was held for distinguished members of the British scientific community. A central figure at the festivities was astronomer D. Sullivan. This brilliant scientist shocked the world, colleagues, and even continental rivals with his discovery of an upcoming and rare celestial alignment of 7 stars. Sullivan has calculated this event will occur in December, sometime within the next few weeks. This I'd like to point out once again, occur in December, sometime in the next few weeks. It's fucking September! That's like 3 months away. That's not few weeks. There's a difference between like 12 weeks and a few weeks. Jesus. This unique conjunction, as it is called in astronomical terms, will be barely visible to the human eye. Detailed observation will require special optical equipment with which only the Academy has in its possession. Okay, wait, hold on. I need to make the mouse a little bit more sensitive. No. Back. Because this is now driving me crazy. Like, no. Actually, where's the mouse? Mouse sensitivity. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, okay. Well, we'll just put it back to normal. Except. Oh, no. No, you know what? It still feels like really feels like really laggy to me. Anyway, like it still I feel like I'm going like this and I'm like, oh my god, to get it to move. Like, no, I don't know. Sometimes it's like when they do the mouse sensitivity, you're like, it doesn't really do anything. It's still annoying. Anyway. Yes, so obviously Cthulhu's coming. Like the Elder Gods are coming with the rising of the star and everything. Whoops. Boop. Detailed observation will require special optical equipment which only the Academy has in its possession. Even with this equipment, Professor Sullivan noted that conditions must favor a proper viewing of these stars. He took great pleasure in adding that this celestial event will provide an unexpected boon for expert stargazers. The alignment will reveal an 8th star ordinarily concealed by its neighbors and whose existence has never been clearly established. The revelation that Fomalhaut, or whatever, as it's called in ancient texts, might finally be observed, had to be the cause of the audience's excited shouts, unless it was the presentation of dessert at that moment. So high, like, oh, now it's a star that no one's ever seen, and oh shit, thanks, now we just raised the Elder Gods and we're fucked. Cool. I kind of want to point out that this gives me vibes of like A Study in Emerald, which is the Neil Gaiman story, which is also like a board game, which I do have the board game, and it's fucking awesome, and it's Sherlock Holmes, obviously, theme with it's fucking good. I've only played it by myself because I have no friends. It's not that. I had it, and I had never gotten together with people, never brought it around, and I played it by myself to like test it and like see the gameplay. So like, you know, yeah, I play board games by myself. Shut up. So you got to test them somehow. I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm just gonna go back to play my game by myself. Anyway, strange disappearance. The recent visit of the Swedish Princess Ilde will be remembered as yet another unfortunate event in a series of mishaps. I know, that sounded so terrible the way I said that, but related to the scandal-plagued princess. We can only hope that relations between our countries will survive its strain. Among the worst of the incidents was the extraordinary affair with the chocolate auk that, which readers may recall led to the dismissal of the Minister of Foreign Affairs. The British diplomatic corps has been further embarrassed by the recent mysterious disappearance of the Scandinavian princess's personal bodyguard. This member of her inner circle visited our fair city during his spare time and never returned from his late-night promenade. The police have the greatest confidence that their inquiry will be successful, as the missing man is a striking representative of the Scandinavian race and should have been noted during his visits with the fair nightingales at the Gentlemen's Club about the town and Covent Gardens. So his disappearance has something to do with the rise of Cthulhu. I'm just saying. Like, this is all kind of obvious. Like, they're setting us up. Deceased. It is with great sadness that the Northern Lighthouse Board announces the loss of their faithful employee, Matthias Fernston, due to an unfortunate accident. Mr. Fernston had been the security guard at the lighthouse for the last 23 years, and his demise came as a shock to all those who knew him. Sacrifice thrown off the lighthouse to appease the gods? I don't know, I'm just saying. According to tradition, the position will stay within his family, and his nephew Bart, recently returned from India, will take over the responsibilities at the lighthouse. We bid farewell to Matthias, extend sympathies to his family, and wish all the best to young Bart. Strange fish. Like this actual picture. The day before yesterday, a bargeman notified the River Watch about a strange jellyfish floating in the Thames. The watch searched the dark waters until their shock spotted what appeared to be a human scalp. Upon closer inspection, it proved to be a wig re-dyed in a bright red. According to a label embroidered on the wig's scalp cap, it was the property of the well-known local theatrical company. Unfortunately, the company is said to have fallen into a sad state. Its reputation is rapidly dwindling, and its actors allegedly have taken to alcoholic beverages. Let's laugh a bit. A man enters a butcher shop. The proprietor, a man of declining years, is cutting away to join a beef. The customer is stunned to realize the butcher is missing several fingers on his left hand. The butcher, seeing the shocked look of his customer, says in a shaky voice, see you looking. I tell you, I always like to put a bit of myself into my work, but with age, I'm a lot less handy. Anyway. Dr. A. Latosis, licorice resin strung gum. Does this sound familiar? Your wife has fled with the coachman from the neighborhood. Your 8th canary has just expired, and even your plants die when you draw near. Yes, those are all familiar signs of malodorant mouth vapors, commonly known as foul breath. But what to do to enjoy again the healthy pleasures of bachelorhood while keeping enough money to play in the ponies? Dr. A. Latosis, like halitosis, patented resin-strung gum is your hope for a better life. Based on secret formulation of licorice, molasses, and resin delicately extracted from Japanese furs, not even reading that, this natural gum settles on the teeth, keeping the mouth neatly closed, filtering the breath and giving it a nice aroma. Stop those rude sniggers. You have a smart smile thanks to Resin Strong. 1 shilling for 3 boxes. Resin Strong finds your smile. I'm pretty sure you should not chew resin. I'm just saying. Daring thefts. From our reporter on the continent, last week daring burglars struck several prominent hotels and private estates around Paris. The identity of the victims, as well as the nature of the stolen jewelry, is closely guarded secret by the local authorities. However, it is common knowledge that the victims were among the elite registry, and the value of stolen articles is said to be staggering. A servant to one of those hardest hit, whose famous name we shall not mention, let slip a rather curious detail about these robberies. It seems that the theft left a mysterious calling card inscribed only with the initials AL in place of the purloined gems. This is one cheeky brigand, to be sure. The Paris authorities are not releasing any additional details, though we will pursue our own sources to get the facts on these remarkable crimes. To be continued. To be continued in the next game, because Arsène Lupin is the name of, like, our nemesis in Sherlock Holmes' Nemesis. And that's... let's go back. Okay. I want to be able to, like, look around, but you can't, and it's kind of annoying. And he takes a while to fucking walk when you're trying to get him to walk. Wait, hold on. I think we're supposed to talk to him to find the bookstore. Oh, there we go. See, it's annoying. Like, we're supposed to talk to him and find the bookstore, even though I already know where it is.
Bookshop. Would you happen to know it?
I know the place, know it well, Mr. Holmes. The bookshop is on Glentworth Street. Take your first right and then the next left, and you'll find it straight away.
And you know what's weird is, like, Holmes should know where the damn bookstore is. I wish that, like, because it's like walking, I really wish that we didn't have to click. I wish I could actually, like, use the WSAD keys, but you can't. You know what I mean? So it's really kind of annoying to play it in third person, but at the same time, walking is really fucking annoying, and it's really hard in first person. Yeah, I can't. It's really hard. Okay, so I feel like, dude, guy, get out of my way. We're supposed to go over here, and I think she talks to us.
My respects,
There you
Miss
go.
Fleming.
Good day, Mr. Holmes.
Okay. And this is the bookstore, I believe, right here. Yes. Boop. Like, it's really hard first person or third person. Like, either way is really difficult.
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. How are you? I have some new novels that should interest you. A nice illustrated volume on fish and a collection of legends on piracy. They must be here somewhere.
Okay, so I think we're supposed to... It didn't work for me last time.
What can I do for you, Mr. Holmes?
It doesn't work, like, I don't know, were he supposed to tell us where the things are?
Appears
But
to
he
be a
doesn't.
trace of shoe leather. Did somebody fall here?
What can I do for you, Mr. Holmes?
Okay.
Those flowers need watering. By the way, Barnes, before some misfortune befalls you,
It's
I'm
weird.
quite certain Miss Fleming, the flowers saleswoman, would prefer chocolates to a fractured bone.
But how could you know that? Indeed, even she, I told no one about this. Other than Dr. Watson, that is. Oh, I see now how it goes.
Not at all. Watson would never reveal a confidential matter of professional trust. He did, however,
fucking
mention
Sherlock
your
Holmes, dude.
fine shop and your novelties. Knowing his views on classical literature, I doubt there would be any inducement to enter your shop unless it was professional business. What would trouble a man of your age and position, sufficient to require the services of a doctor? I noticed trace of shoe leather on the stepladder and deduced that you no doubt lost your balance, fell, and likely suffered a nasty sprain. As for the flowers, you deliberately let them die and left this sad display open to the public, hoping, no doubt, that their supplier would notice and take great efforts to come and replace them. Also, I know Miss Fleming to be a statuesque woman, so typical of the Scandinavians. I noted that you would likely wear shoes with a higher heel, so that you and Miss Fleming, should she arrive, see more eye to eye. Unfortunately, climbing about on ladders and the like in such shoes is a risky business, isn't it?
Indeed, it is, Mr. Holmes.
Believe me, Barnes, try chocolates next time. And besides, it requires a bit more than well-heeled shoes to find a proper soulmate. Don't you agree?
So can you tell us where our books are?
Miss Fleming.
I guess not. He didn't do it last time, but I swear he's supposed to. I just had to wander around and find our books.
The pirate's book.
So, this is my favorite because there's no beginning and it just says, who pretended to be the lover of his brother-in-law. We now close this chapter on the cruise of famous pirates with the most terrible of the lot, the dreaded sharks of McGrinty. I want to know who pretended to be the lover of his brother-in-law. The fuck? That's the most interesting part of this game so far. What? Where? I want the rest. Damn it, Holmes. Anyway, never before has one band of seafaring men had as many abominable and bloody crimes as to their foul credit as McGrinty and his sharks. To fully list their atrocities would likely require a dozen dedicated volumes. McGrinty himself is regarded by experts as a psychopath and deviant, in spite of his indisputable seafaring skills and qualities as a leader. His refusal to give any quarter to those who surrendered is well documented in particular. His preference for dispatching the unfortunate survivors by either slicing them into ribbons or performing slow evisceration, like Jack the Ripper, who, by the way, I think is the third game or fourth game. I mean, technically this is the second, but it's the first one we're playing, so I'm using that in the scheme of us. It's either the third or fourth one we'll play, I don't know. There's also his well-known unnatural attraction to dead men of the cloth, which is supported by numerous witness statements. That's kind of really a natural attraction to dead men of the cloth. Ew. Let's just let that sink in for a minute. Now with your horror faces on, here we go. Clearly a man of profane appetites and disregard for all humanity. Yeah. In recent years, his depraved reputation has faded from public awareness, and younger generations know McGrinty primarily from the romantic tales of his infamous lost treasure. And the interest is well based, as McGrinty's treasure cache is estimated by the Royal Navy registers as one of the richest of its kind. Gold, precious stones, jewelry, works of art are but some of the riches taken from vanquished ships by this pirate lord and his crew. The biggest mystery is the whereabouts of this fabled booty. No, booty. No. Arrgh, show me the booty. Anyway, no trace of it has surfaced in these long years, nary a gold coin or scrap of cloth. History tells us very little about the fate of both the treasure and the sinister captain and his crew. There is one report that hints at the hiding place of McGrinty's lost riches, though it is of dubious quality. On November 1801, near the west coast of Scotland, the crew of a fishing boat witnessed a battle between the pirate horde and another ship. McGrinty was the victor and boarded the vanquished ship, which was laden with rum and molasses from the new continent. The fishermen then observed the pirates sailing back into coastal waters. Being sore afraid, they took to the sea as quickly as possible. From that day, there was little word of McGrinty and his sharks. There are outlandish tales of the devil coming to claim his due, taking hold of McGrinty's vessel, the Vampire, and turning it into a ghost ship. McGrinty and his crew were never seen again, but there are those who swear they saw the ghostly vampire ship being captained and crewed by the undead. Again, this has to play into the whole Cthulhu coming to eat us all. Other rumors surfaced over time that are, hard as it may seem, even more preposterous and deemed unworthy of mention. The only credible account of McGrinty's hiding place comes from a supposed vampire crewman taken prisoner during one of McGrinty's last known battles with the Queen's own navy. Fortunately, McGrinty, his ship, and the rest of his men escaped once again and vanished to parts unknown. The captured brigand bartered for his skin and promised to tell the captain about McGrinty's hiding place along the Scottish coast. He spoke of tunnels, secret entries from the sea and earth, and the means of gaining entrance to one of them. According to those present, he uttered these peculiar words: "From the middle of the 3 throwing mouths, 30 steps toward the ram." So I have a feeling we're going to end up going to the coast of Scotland and we're going to have to find the middle of the 3 throwing mouths, 30 steps toward the ram, and we're going to have to be like that. We're going to have to do that. That's going to, just because it's in like italics and it's like, He refused to say more unless he was granted immediate safe conduct to the nearest port and released. This arrogance cost him his head. No account was given of his last words, which were deemed self-serving lies from a villain desperate to escape final justice. Okay. And I'm just... It was an elephant. I didn't know what it was. This was the fish book over here. Boop.
A book about sea fauna.
I mean, this took me just as long to do it this time as it did the last time, but I think that's because I was chatting more. And it's also, we're reading a lot. So there's some fishy things. Here's some more fishy things. Okay. So I'm pretty sure we can, leave now. I think that's all we get here.
I will take them.
Oh, that's right.
Thank you, and goodbye, Mr. Holmes.
That's true. We have to pay for them. Jingle, jingle. What's that? Oh, it's just updating that. Okay. In case we need to, remember. It's so hard being in first person, I swear. And we're supposed to go back to Baker Street. We try to move slowly so I don't vomit. And that's Watson over there. He's going to call to us in a second. There we go.
Holmes! Here!
I got so lost the last time I actually started walking down here, and I was like, wait, Watson's not there. I'm like, Watson, where are you? And I was running around. Oh my god, there you are. Don't ever leave me again. So we gonna come over here. He's gonna talk to us about this dude, and then that's where I ended it. So.
Ah, it's good that I found you,
That's where
Holmes.
we ended this one.
As I told you this morning, I visited Captain Stenick. Although his symptoms are not serious,
Stenick.
the circumstances which caused his palpitations are quite peculiar. Perhaps you can make something of it.
Is he smoking or chewing it? It's like
Here
looks like
is
he's chewing in the
Captain
background.
Stenick and Sergeant Rufels.
Sergeant Rufus. That guy was just having issues walking. You drank there, dude? Yeah? You okay? Yeah? Just walked into a wall. Anyway, so I'm gonna wrap this part up here, and hopefully the recording went well. Oh, hi. Ooh, juice. That was me. Okay. And then when we come back, we'll, chat with Watson about Sergeant Rufels and Captain Stenick or whatever. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.